Well friends, we will try to write a program to handle the mouse events. Write a Java program that displays the X and Y position of the cursor movement using mouse. For this I need three packages. The first package is java.awt package. So this package includes all the classes for creating user interfaces and for painting graphics and images. So the second import statement is to import the applet class, and the third import statement is to import the subclasses inside the java.awt. So to import all the classes in the event class, I need to actually write one more statement here, because in the first import statement all the classes inside java.awt will only be imported, but inside the classes inside the event class will not be imported in the first statement. To import the subclasses, I have to write another import statement. So that's why we have written import java.awt.event.star. And the next one is applet tag given in comments. So this is for the applet viewer, and then we made the class to be public. Why we made the class to be public is applets run on the client side and they have to be run from other codes. Okay, so that's why we have to make it as public. In case if you are not making applets to be public, then your applets will not be initialized. And the name of the class is MouseEvent, extends applet, and then implements mouse listener and mouse motion listener. So here I have implemented two interfaces, mouse listener and mouse motion listener, because I want to access all the 7 methods. 5 methods from mouse listener, which are mouse clicked, mouse entered, mouse exited, mouse pressed and mouse released, and 2 methods from mouse motion listener, which are mouse dragged and mouse moved. If you just want 5 methods, then which are mouse clicked and all that, then you can avoid mouse motion listener. I just wanted to show you implementing both the listeners. So here I have taken one string, empty string initially, but later on I'll be adding certain messages into MSG. And then I have taken the coordinates as initial coordinates to be 0 and 0, mouse X and Y. And then here the applet always starts with the init method. So inside the init method I have set the background color to be cyan. So then I have this is the initial color that I have set. Later on you can change the color, and then add mouse listener and add mouse motion listener. So this is the registration process, and to register the mouse listener and mouse motion listener with the applet. So this here refers to the applet over here. So here the applet is acting both as the source and also the listener. So the applet so when the mouse is moved on the applet, so here the source is the applet, and the applet will be observing the mouse movement, and it will send the mouse event object to the mouse listener. So the information notification is sent to the mouse listener by the applet itself. So that's why it is this over here. And once the mouse is moved on an applet, so mouse event will be generated, and that mouse event object will be sent to the mouse listener, and the mouse listener will handle it. How it will handle it? So the mouse listener will handle it by calling one of its methods. So it can be mouse clicked or mouse entered or mouse exited or mouse pressed. Based on the constant value of the mouse event, the particular mouse method will execute. So here in inside mouse clicked, so we are passing the object of the mouse event, and then in the message we are saying mouse clicked, and then I have used the show status method over here to print the status at the bottom of the applet. So wherein it will say mouse clicked at, and the positions where the mouse is clicked is at get X and get Y will be giving the positions exactly where the mouse is clicked. So we are taking those methods. So those are of the mouse event class. So we are referring it with an object. So we are saying those are the instance methods. So we are saying me.getX and me.getY. So this will print the coordinates. And repaint method is the method inside the applet class, and this is responsible for updating the applet. Okay, so whenever the component, here the component is the applet, so whenever the component wants to paint itself, it will be calling the repaint method, and repaint method is a final method, so you cannot override the repaint method, you can simply call it. So the repaint method will in turn call the update method, and the update method will clear the current window and call the paint paint method in turn. It's a cycle. So now the paint method will do whatever we have written inside the paint method. Okay, so we are asking it to repaint. Mouse entered. So herein I'm just taking the coordinates and I'm saying mouse entered at that particular coordinates. So get x and get y will give the coordinates. Exactly at that coordinates we are printing mouse entered, and then the repaint method is called. Likewise, we are writing mouse exited and then mouse pressed and mouse released, mouse dragged and mouse moved. And the final method is the paint method. And the paint method will take one graphics object, and g.drawString will print, will write some strings on the applet. So it is taking 3 arguments. First one is the message and mouse x and mouse y, the coordinates. Okay. So at that coordinates the message will be printed. And one very important thing is, since I have implemented 2 interfaces, 5 methods from mouse listener and 2 methods from mouse motion listener, all those 7 methods need to be implemented even if you want them or not. Okay, so this is one of the drawbacks if you are implementing the interface. Say I just want mouse clicked in my applet, but I have to, if I'm implementing the interface, I have to implement all the other abstract methods as well. So this is a drawback. So the drawback can be rectified using adapter classes. We'll see that in the later classes. But as of now, just try to understand this program. So all the 7 methods are implemented in this particular program. And finally, the paint method. This is the registration process. So I'm revising it again. So add mouse listener is the registration process, and the implements mouse listener and mouse motion listener have to take place. And the import statement wherein you have to import java.awt.event, this has to be there in every program. These things have to be there inside the program whichever is handling events. And then the implementation of the methods, overriding of the methods, abstract methods that are there in the interfaces. So I'll run this program and show it to you, friends. So the name of the program is MouseEvents. So I'll compile it. So Java C mouse events.java. There are no errors and warnings. So now I'll use the applet viewer to launch the applet. Applet viewer mouse events.java. Okay, friends, the applet is created. As I said, in the init method, I have given the cyan color. So the cyan color is seen on the applet for us. And see, friends, I am moving the mouse, but I didn't bring it onto the applet. So nothing is, there is no change in the applet. But only once I move the mouse onto the applet, then the all the events will start occurring. So when I bring it on screen or onto the applet, so now I am moving the mouse inside, so it is showing, but the text is not visible, but it showed that mouse entered. And then you can see, and also you can see mouse is moved is displayed. So I'm just moving it. I didn't do any other operation. So I just moved the mouse. And so this is the method in the mouse motion listener. So say for example, I'm dragging it now. So I'm dragging the mouse. You can see, friends, it is showing mouse dragged. So these are the 2, and you can see mouse released. This mouse released is the method inside mouse listener. So, and then say I'm clicking it. So see, friends, when I clicked it, it is showing me mouse clicked. And also, as you can see, this is the status. So it is showing mouse clicked at 202, 158. So this is the x and y coordinates where the mouse is clicked. If I click it another position, it is showing mouse clicked at 34 and 119. Okay. And so exited. So mouse is exited. So it is showing that. Okay, so when I show mouse is exited, you can see, friends, mouse exited is shown on the screen on the applet for us. And clicking is where mouse clicked is occurred only when you press and release at the same time. Okay, when you press and release at the same time, mouse clicked occurs. But I can have a long press, friends. So see here, the mouse is pressed. Okay, so I kept the mouse pressed, and that mouse is pressed. So you can see that. Okay, so mouse is pressed, and now I am releasing the mouse. Okay, so once I released it, it's showing mouse released, but clicking is different, friends. When I press and release at the same time, so it will give me mouse clicked. So these are all the mouse events. I have shown you all the 7 events, friends. This is the other version of the program wherein instead of saying mouse clicked and all that, I'm changing the color. So I'm using set background over here, and initially it is cyan color, but later on I'm changing it to yellow, black. If mouse clicked, then I'm changing it to yellow, then entered black, then exited pink and pressed red. Okay, so and then if it is released, then I'm changing it to orange, dragged green color. Okay, so I'm doing all that over here. Then I'm saying blue for mouse moved. Okay, so we'll see all these operations, the same mouse events, but I'm writing different implementation in the method. So I will show you the other version wherein I'm changing the colors program. So Java C. So what's the name of the program? It is mouse events color dot java. There are no warnings and there are no errors. Now I'll use the applet viewer to launch the applet viewer, mouse events color dot java. So the applet is launched, friends, with the initial color of cyan. Now we'll see all the operations. So okay, so mouse is moved, so that's the reason why it is showing the blue color. And then when I click it, so you can see yellow color, and when I exit it, you can see there is pink color. So when I pressed it, you can see there is red color. When I release, so this is drag, okay, so which is showing green color, and when I release it, it will give me orange color. Okay, so these are all the operations, friends, that you can have another version of the same program of handling mouse events. Whatever you want, you can do inside the methods. They are overridden methods, so you can have your own implementation in the methods. Already understood this program, how to handle mouse events. Now we'll take a quiz. So I want all of you to pause your videos and take the quiz. Thank you for watching.